Hello. So, what happened with this recording is I had the microphone pointed way away from me, and my voice is extremely hard to hear, and I can raise it and make it louder, but doing that also raises the music. So this recording is going to be a little weird. We're going to jump back and forth because I do think my initial reactions are worthwhile. But I'm only going to do that if I can make the audio clear without bursting your eardrums. So this beginning part is very loud, but I wanted to explain that since the last time you saw me play Blueprints, I looked up the information for the rooms that have discs in them because we only found 2, and I was just wondering what rooms they were in, if possibly I had missed any, and it turns out that most of the rooms are rooms that we haven't seen yet. So that'll be interesting as we continue through the game. We have plenty still to unlock, even though at this point I think I've put somewhere between 11 and 15 hours into the game. There are a total of 16 disc rooms, by the way. I also looked up the answers to some of the portrait rooms because I just got to a point where I realized I'm not going to be able to figure these out. The one with the match and the pine tree that I've been staring at for forever, I'm just like, I'm not going to solve this. It turns out that one is actually fur and fire, which surprised me because I never would have gotten fire from a single match. I would need like a campfire to associate that. But so what I did was I only looked up the rooms where I've seen the 2 portraits. I didn't look up everything. So if I hadn't seen the portraits, then I didn't look up what the letter was. And so from what I have at this point, before we had crack 8 safes, and I have what looks like stall, gates, 8 dates. So I don't really know what the stall is. Or the gates, assuming that those are right. 8 dates, I'm pretty sure is right. 8 dates, crack 8 safes. Something like that. So that's what we have. I'm just going to continue to work on those. The other one I was having issues with was the pilot and the garden. I'm not even sure I said pilot. I think I said aviator, but that one is supposed to be pilot and plot, which again would not have gotten no matter how long I stared at it. So I'm cheating slightly, but I'm not, I didn't look up the full answer yet. We're still working on it. The other thing is this playthrough, I realized that I've been approaching the game wrong. I've said repeatedly that the advice that I have gotten is when you get a new room, you draw it. And I've been focused on making my rooms spread out appropriately. And that's not how you progress through this game. You progress through this game with knowledge, which means we need to be drafting those rooms. So if I see a new room, I need to be drafting it, and I'm going to do that to the best of my ability going forward. And also, if I get an item that matches with a room, I need to make sure I draw that room. I think I had the car keys in the garage at one point, and I didn't draw the garage because it would have dead-ended me, and that was just the wrong call. So we don't want to do that again. Don't focus on the layout. Just try to get as much knowledge as we can moving forward.
I do think for people who have played this game and bounced off of it, like, obviously this game isn't for everybody. And it's not going to be for everybody. Like, no game is ever for everyone. So, if you start this game and you try it and you don't like it, that's perfectly fine. Did I write down the chess piece in the den? Yes, I did. What was I saying? I think this game, like, the more I think about it, it's more like a jigsaw puzzle that instead of giving you all of the pieces to the puzzle, it just throws random pieces at you. And you're trying to put together a puzzle with those random pieces. Ooh. And that can be really frustrating. I get that. I get that is frustrating. Brass compass, sleeping mask, and 2 gems. Sweet. Not exactly what I wanted in here, but I will take it. I don't remember what I ordered. Don't think I got any mail. No, we've read these. But with those random jigsaw pieces, you also get, like, each little piece gives you another clue to the greater whole. So it's not like those pieces are worthless. It's just, drawing room, gem. I have gems. Always also nice. There's just little bits, you get fed teeny tiny pieces, and I think it can be really frustrating to be like, if you just gave me what I needed, I could solve this puzzle, but instead you're just throwing random jigsaw pieces at me. And I get that. I get the frustration for that. Ooh. I don't think I checked anything in here. That's gonna lose me a door. For me, what makes this game, because I was thinking about it, like, what makes this game so addictive? Yes, I don't have anything retrieved now. Is for me, it's those, each little piece of the jigsaw that I get, I go, what is this? And there's, having the answer to that question, I find really satisfying. So, the other day, when I drafted the, what was it? Was it the Great Hall? That has, the room that has 7 doors. I drafted that. And I was like, why the heck do you have 7 doors when you can only have 4 pathways? That doesn't make any sense. And that was a question that I had, and this game greatly rewards curiosity. You wonder about something, have a question, and it can be something really small, like, why do you have 7 doors? Why was red our favorite color and now we hate it? I need to know the answer to this so much. And it's these little questions you get rewarded for. These little bite-sized questions. And I find that really satisfying, and I recognize that there is that's probably an ADHD dopamine-seeking thing. Oh, maybe I should have waited to, no, I don't think it would have mattered. Like, I can put another order in here. What am I doing? I'm talking and doing stuff at the same time. Orders. I'm gonna do another order. But, like, those little itty bitty things I find extremely satisfying, and it just keeps me going because I know there's more questions I can ask and I'm gonna find an answer to it. Like, there's so many games that you play where it's something small and you're like, can I do something with this? Does this mean anything? And it's nothing. Whereas in Blueprints, every little teeny tiny thing is something, and I love that. And I didn't do everything I wanted to do. But I can understand that other people aren't going to love that. Like, they want to find a thread, a main thread, and pull on it. And this is not a main thread kind of game. It's giving you pieces of a cut-up thread and saying, put them together. And you don't have all the pieces. So it can be frustrating for people. But when I had that, the Great Hall is a great example. So the electric fireplace in the electric fireplace in the drawing room, I am like, there's something with that electric fireplace. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it, and that is a question that I need the answer to. We couldn't get into the orchard gate and the apple orchard. I'm like, what's in here? I want to know what's in here. And every question that I have, I get an answer to, and that is satisfying. Even if I'm not getting the door 46, or I'm not uncovering a grand overarching mystery, which I am over time with each individual puzzle piece that we get of the jigsaw. But I find the little pieces really satisfying. And the thing that I was playing a D&D campaign. It wasn't D&D, it was something else, but tabletop campaign. And there was something, so we got like a document to read through, and there was something about some person of importance planted a tree in the backyard of the estate where our characters were staying at. And it was just like one sentence, but I was like, why did they draw attention to this person planted a tree in the backyard? And so my character went out there and was like, hey, what kind of tree is this? And then nobody knows what kind of tree it is. And so then I gotta go find a botanist. And it like had nothing to do with the main story that we were doing, but I was like, this tree is important. And I don't know why. And then people, like everybody at the table was like, why are you focused on this tree? I'm like, because it's here. There's a reason it's here. And then I figured it out. Like, I figured out what it was. And it was actually extremely important. It was a very important tree that, like, no, we didn't need to find, but it was extremely useful once we knew what it was and how to use it. So it just, that's basically what Blueprints is. Like, to me, that was really satisfying. I was like, I found this little thing that seemed inconsequential, that nobody cared about or thought was important, and I looked at it and said, what the heck is this? What is with that electronic fireplace? Why doesn't this hallway have 7 doors? Like, and I focused on that, and I found the answer, and nobody thought it mattered, and that to me is, it did matter. And that to me is just extremely, extremely satisfying, and that's exactly what this game is giving me. It's every little thing. What does this do? Why can I turn water on in the kitchen? I don't know. Like, I know I can drain the pool. What happens if I drain the pool? I don't know yet, but I'm gonna find out. Like, they're little itty bitty things. They're not some grand mystery. Like, what happened to Marion? You know, what's going on with this family? There's supposed to be like a big overarching, possibly sinister. I don't know from what I've heard. Set your dice to 2 immediately each time you unlock or bypass a security door. Whenever you spend 2 or more gems trapped in a room, letter will be delivered to the mail room. But like, I lost my train of thought. I was reading. It's those little things. They're not a big overarching storyline, but being curious about something that seems inconsequential and unimportant, and saying, I think this is something, and I want to know what it does, and then getting rewarded for that, I love that. I can't think of a single game that does that. Most of the time, video games don't do that. You're like, is this something I can do? And no. Or what's this? Oh, it's just there. Like, why can I open all the drawers in this game? Oh, just because. There's nothing in them. We just wanted to add some interactivity. Like, this game doesn't do that. Everything has a purpose. I don't think I need the lab. Everything has a purpose. Anything that you have a question to, there's something behind it, and I just think, I love it. But there are people who, they want the jigsaw dumped out in front of them so that they can put it together, and they're not happy with the little piecemealing it together. They want to be able to take one long thread and just run with it and follow it and figure out the mysteries. They don't want the larger overarching mysteries. They don't want to focus on the little itty bitty questions that they have. They don't care what happens if you drain the pool. That's not important. And I get that. I totally get that. Gems are in this box. The blue box is true. The gems are not in this box. I don't know. So yeah, this game isn't for everybody, but what I find really special and really rewarding, this is the parlor room. I think I wrote this one down. Yes, I did. Okay. is that it answers those little questions. I think it's great. And later on, the big overarching mysteries, I'll get there eventually. Right now, this little, the little itty bitty dopamine hits that I get, like little pieces of candy, it's wonderful. It's great. It's fantastic. I really enjoy it. Gems are not in this box. So that's what I think of blueprints in a nutshell. That's true. Gems are in this box. Okay, so one of you could both be false. Well, no. Gems are not in this box. So either you could be true, and then you would be true. So someone is. So if you're false, then you're false, and you're all false. So what the heck? One has to be true. The blue box is true. The gems are not in this box. And then you're false. The gems are in this box. So then it's in the white box. Yeah. Like, even, so some people find this puzzle really annoying, like having to do it over and over again. And I don't. I think it's fun. I enjoy doing it over and over again. I enjoy having my brain tease. There's the garage! I don't have power or anything that I need for it, but I'm drafting it, because we have a place for a dead end. And I can get keys. Come back for you, I promise. I promise. We will get the utility closet, it will be fine. But yeah, I love solving this every single time. I think some people are really annoyed by that. The one thing that I will be annoyed with is if I have to solve the boiler room every time, because I don't think that's the parlor room's a little brain tease. This is oh shit. We need the boiler room. Can the boiler room power the garage? Is the question that I had. The thing is, I told myself if we get new rooms, it's going to answer my question on the boiler room, because I still have a question. Damn it. This is going to do. This is going to block everything off. Will it go to the garage, though? If it powers the garage without the utility room, I don't know if that's even possible. And I don't have anything. What needs? I'm more likely to draft red rooms, which I wanted to do. Frank. Let's answer this question. See, I broke my own rule again. Oh, I don't have to. Yay! There's a thing down there. Okay, great. I was like, this is not a puzzle that I would enjoy doing over and over and over again. Okay. So, boiler room has a vent. Security has a vent. Not all rooms have vents. Don't think the parlor room. No vent. In the parlor room. And I don't even have this lit up if it does do anything. Let's see vents in this hallway, which means I'm not even paying attention to steps anymore. Security room has vents. Okay, yeah, I walked into the parlor and then went, nope. So I think we need. No, you have a vent. You have a vent. You have one. You have one. I might not need the thing. I might not need the other thing. Can I finally go outside? I realized my not being able to go outside is totally my fault. Okay, so to send it, just go. We're facing this direction, so it needs to go to the right. Because that's the locked door, but that should not be locked. It should work. that open the garage door? Oh, it's not lit. It didn't work. Oh. I thought for sure it would work. It's not lit up. I thought for sure. Because the door is not blocked. But I guess needs to connect to another room with a vent, and this doesn't have it. Okay, so blocked doors don't count. That makes me look sad, but I understand. So the boiler room might be useless for us right now. Because I don't think there's vents here either. Okay, well, I got excited.
Okay, so at this point the music just takes over and it's just impossible to hear me. But I was saying that if at this point I've had my question answered. So if the run ends, I still learned something and I'm still happy with it, even if this is the only thing I accomplish with this run. So of course here now we're trying to get what we need to get the garage open. And I'm satisfied if all we get is that little itty bitty question answered. And then I'm going to come in here, and I thought that the way to turn on the garage door was that panel, and I was completely wrong. And so now we finally get the door open. So now I'm questioning how many steps is this west path going to take up? Is it worth walking out there or trying to explore?
Always come back here. I shouldn't have done the utility closet. I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have done the utility closet.
Also laughing because I realized that the utility room made the boiler room useless because I've now blocked it off on all sides. So there's nothing I can do with the boiler room at this point. So we made the garage door the priority, and we are rewarded for that. And then realizing that there are multiple paths here. Steps, but we have now unlatched this gate, and it is a permanent fixture. So we never have to unlock this again. It will be forever open to us. But this is a great run in my opinion, because I'm not going to get to room 46, but we figured this out, and I am very happy about that. So I misunderstood what this was. Each time you draft a dead end in your house, spread 5 gold in the tomb. Root cellar, tombs in your house will be more likely to contain dig spots today. Schoolhouse adds 8 classrooms to the draft pool. So schoolhouse was interesting, but I didn't know what that would do. We don't know what classrooms are, so I decided to go for the tomb, because the tomb seemed useful. The music at this point is very jazzy. You'll be able to hear it later, even though you can't hear it right now. So as I'm walking around, I'm noticing that some of these candles are lit and some of them are not lit. And wondering if maybe at some point we can light them. And finally, I've noticed the angels in the corner here. So I was trying to, we only have 2 of the angels' names at this point, and I thought we were going to need them for whatever puzzle we encountered, and we still might need them. But not for this puzzle. And I was actually very pleased that, in fact, the morning that I recorded this, I sat down because I had recorded the order number of the angels, and I had written down what each angel like was and did, but I hadn't coordinated them. Like, I had those as two separate lists. I hadn't put them together. So this morning I actually sat down and put them together. So I was very pleased that I had done that. So now I'm trying to find the proper order. So we have the gardener with the hoe is number 1. And then I want the baker, which is this lovely lady. And the farmer with the pitchfork is number 3. And after her, I want the feather duster angel. So I'm trying to find them now. It's very easy to get lost in this area. There's a lot back here. It feels like there should be more than there is, especially as a tomb. You don't really see that anyone's really buried here. Like, you don't see tombs or anything, even though that's what this is supposed to be. There's one. But that's just one. And here we found coins, obviously, and a note. Each of our journeys come to a conclusion here in the tomb. This floor plan is the definitive dead end. Or is it? I wanted to pick up that tablet, but it wouldn't let me. It seemed important. I'm wondering if at some point we might be able to light one of these? I don't know. It looks kind of inviting, like it wants you to. That's the horse jockey angel. There's the broom angel. But I'm looking for the feather duster angel. Which I actually just passed her. Just noticed. There's the pitchfork. The feather duster is right behind me. There we go. And then going back to the broom angel. If I don't, I walked right into that pillar. So I'm checking my notes. And then the horse jockey. And then I gotta find the queen again, but thankfully she's right there. Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't find the garage before this, because I didn't have all the stuff about the angels written down. So if I'd actually done the garage and found the tomb before, I wouldn't have what I had needed to actually solve it. I'm noticing that these skulls are sitting outside of their tombs and probably shouldn't be that way. This is a creepy angel. Another skull. Pieces of a map that seem important, of course. So that's something I will make a point of screenshotting later. I've been making a point of screenshotting pieces after I play. We've got more jazz music again, which is so strange. Again, you'll hear it soon enough. So here, I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to be doing in this seemingly empty room that this arrow is pointing to. I want to pick up those torches, but I can't. So I go back over here because I'm feeling like I'm missing something. There was something I was supposed to do and I missed it. And I realized I can click on this guy. And now the door opens. So I've realized at this point that this tomb just goes on for forever. And that we've completely abandoned the house at this point. The house is no longer important. We have a minecart. And this very interesting gear room that I have no idea what we're gonna do with that, but it's gonna be a thing later for sure. We're definitely gonna need all the pieces to the map. I was hoping I could push this minecart, because forward seemed like the way it needed to go, but we can only pull it backwards. And we can't, yeah, once we pull it backwards, we can't get up there anymore. So we're going down the only path that's left available to us. And it's just crazy how this keeps going. More candles that aren't lit. More of the map.
Hey, foundation elevator, concealed entrance, cliffside exit.
So I was thinking of screenshotting this, but I decided to do it later. Because that's not the screenshot tool that I wanted.
Oops, nope. There we go.
And I finally realized that there's an upgrade disc lying right next to it. So now we have to get back to the house. Because we have this disc that we need to use. It's very important. It's crucial. I'm not sure what this is depicting. It's depicting something that looks important. So I took a quick screenshot of that.
I feel like I'm not going to do it.
So I'm deciding to go back at this point because I didn't screenshot the other map.
Maybe my microphone.
That sucks. My microphone. You probably haven't been able to hear me this whole time. I'm like, why is my microphone so low? Well, that'll be fun. I'll fix it. I'll try to fix it. Oh my god. I'm so smart. That's annoying. That's annoying that I did that. Oh, the joys of Let's Playing. The things you forget to do that should be very obvious until they're not. Alright, we went down. Yep, okay. At least I remember to hit the record button. That is something I seldom forget to do now. But in the early days, I forgot that all the time. Can I get on boat? No. Do I have to drain this? What am I even looking at right now? I'm just in the tomb. Okay. Now I have a way to, like, get money. Oh my. Oh, yep, I didn't think we were going to be able to go far. So we have to drain this. We have to get the pump room. Okay. Okay. Dang, this is so much deeper than you think. That's crazy. That's crazy. My whole rant at the beginning, man, the audio was going to be so messed up. Anyway. This isn't gonna help me right now. I still feel like I want to, like, take a torch. I should be able to light stuff. I didn't fully look around here, so there might be more that I didn't see. I was like, oh, I know the angels. Okay, there's a room about dead ends. There's that I can't do anything with. Make sure we fully circle this place. There's your broom. Box. Box. This is the way we came in. That might be all that's here. I don't know. And then when I went back in here and there's... Oh, did not go back in here. Oh. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, here's where it all ends, at least for me. And of all the picturesque places of this grand estate, I choose this dreary, dank dungeon to be laid to rest.
And that same dim, somber fate fell upon my father and his father before him, who loved the outdoors even more than myself. They say there's no stronger bond of servitude than tradition, and family tradition, thrice as strong. These are chains that seldom bend and never break. That's not the best message, but go on. I do wonder what plans and prospects of yours will be sacrificed upon the family font of convention. What biography of your own will you forsake to add another page to your father's memories, or your mother's, or mine? In our youth, we are gifted with dreams and ambitions. At our death, we are left with realities and regrets. I think there is no greater sin than to perpetuate tradition that stagnates growth, that strangles purpose, that suffocates dreams. What point is there to live another's life at the sake of our own? Oh, how I wish to have been buried underneath the great oak, overlooking the plains, the wondrous woods, the worldly mountains, in the wild holly that surrounds that trunk, a perpetual token of sympathy laid across my grave. What dreadful tradition is it that dumped me in this sunless hollow? And if by morbid example this dark crypt makes any impression whatsoever on you, if reading this letter within these damp halls plants in you a seed of hope, if these words might grant you strength to bend if not break these chains, then would I cherish this tomb more than oak and sycamore and spruce. More than the wondrous woods and worldly mountains, this cold stone room would become the most cherished place in all our domain. I would have you raise a shrine upon this spot to commemorate the moment of your liberty, to treat this sculpture as hollowed ground, to realize that grand gestures can be as effective as they are theatric, and to, in turn, as recompense for the freedom thus granted you, commit yourself to be buried here within the mausoleum of dreams, and when the day comes to write your own letter to inspire the next generation that follows in our footsteps, as is tradition. That's a nice message, but I don't know that by following tradition, you're saying break out of it. I don't know, should I pull them back up? It's going to let me. I don't know why it would let me do that. What is this? Should I do it in a different order? Should I do it in the same order? I can still do it. Why would I push it up? Would that lock the door? I don't want to do it and then this tomb will be here. I don't want to do it and set back all my progress. I don't want it to close the door and then I'm like, now I have to do it again. Wait, this is the way down. This is bothering me. What happens if I close you? It doesn't close this? Okay, so if I do you backwards, pitchfork, broom, feather duster. Pitchfork. Wait, what? No. Angel, broom. Okay, horse jockey, broom, feather duster. Horse jockey. Are you... No. You guys were next to each other. You're the baker. Horse jockey. Broom. There's feather duster. There's the broom. There we go. Now, am I looking at this right? Horse jockey. Broom. Feather duster. Horse jockey. Broom. Feather duster. Then the pitchfork, then the baker, and the gardener. Pitchfork, baker, gardener. Pitchfork, baker, and the gardener. Nothing. So I just did them all in reverse order. So I will think about it and come back. I feel like there might be more to do down here. I could do them in order of the chapel, but I feel like I'm just gonna spend a lot of time trying different things, and I want to go back to the house. How do I leave? Was it this way? No, how do I leave? Yeah, it's not gonna tell me. I want to go back to the house and do other things. So I can come back here and, there we go. And continue to try different stuff with, like, there's so many different things I could do. Just seems weird. I don't wanna pull at strings. I don't wanna spend time pulling at strings. I wanna move on. Because everything in here isn't guesswork. Like, there's clues that will tell you how to solve things. You just have to find the thing. And there might be more to do with the angels. I just don't know what yet. Oh, is this gone? So there was something that was gonna add doors to the driveway. I mean, not doors, dirt in the driveway. And I think this, yeah, it was an experiment. What experiment am I running right now? Each time you unlock or bypass a security door. That might be an interesting place for a jackhammer. Is that where he wanted to be buried? Oh, no. Those are 2 oaks. Okay, back here. Let's go to the security room so we can use this upgrade disc. Luckily for us, it's right here. Yay, we've got 3. I need to mark that down. Oh, I always think I have to log in to use it. You don't. Just use the thing. Alright, where's my disc? List. Enter. Which room you doing? Upgrade disc. The Nook? The Nook's already fantastic. To permanently enhance this room. Don't let me lose the keys. 2 keys? Bacon and eggs? You will always draw a library when drafting in this room. I love the library. But do I want it all the time after I read all the books in it? Maybe. I mean, does it have a purpose beyond that? I kind of want 2 keys, to be perfectly honest. Because I might not want the library all the time. The library only has 2 doors, right? It's not a 3-way. So it's not as useful in that sense. Where did I find this upgrade disc? In the tomb. That's not what my list says. It should be, question mark? It's not what the guide online said it was gonna do. I don't think I want food. I want 2 keys. I don't think I need the library all the time, and I draft the Nook all the time. Coin purse is gonna get me. Compass always points north. The sleeping mask. Okay, just remember to come back and check something in. I did learn a tip that whatever you store in the coat check, you won't see again. Until you get the coat check. Oh, okay, that's right. I still have that. That was all from one passageway. Rumpus room! Hello! I have not gotten you. This is such a good playthrough. You have a bishop. Rumpus room has a black bishop. Black bishop. Checkers. Oh, money! Now I need a store. Damn. Oh, I probably need it for you. Insert a coin.
As it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
I literally just put a coin in a coin slot.
Is becoming clear. I see a boy.
On the shore?
A boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something. Something he was told he would not find. I see a black cat tied to a red flag.
What?
I hear the wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon. A door that is always locked, yet has no key. It is the door you have been searching for, yet will not find. A lost room beyond the dark waters. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
So I have to put more coins in you. I have to draw you more and get more coins in you. Interesting. Black cat tied to a red flag. Flag doesn't blow in the wind. You said something about beyond the dark waters. I need to draw this, like, a lot. Every time I've had it, I haven't had gems. Or it would have dead-ended me, so I didn't do it. We got that. Record? No? 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 Okay. How we doing? Alright. Man, I wish I had the Rumpus room more often. The bedroom will curve and I won't lose the capability of the drawing room for another door. So that would be nice. I don't have a sledgehammer. Wish I did. You didn't leave me any items. Good job. Sometimes you're... That's my favorite room. Courtyard. Courtyard gives me more doors. But I don't have a shovel. Closet could give me a shovel. I'm gonna go down. There's a bass. Take me to the river. Drop me in the water. It doesn't sing. It's copyright. Probably would need... I don't think I need it. Nope, gem requirement. I don't think I need anything in here, so I might as well get the resources. Get the resources. I have the sleeping mask, which would give me more steps, but... I will take the resources, thank you. Do you have a chess piece? You do. Do I have the storeroom that's having a chess piece? Where's my chess piece list? Where's my chess piece list? Storeroom. Don't see you on here. Oh, you do. Chess piece. Alright, well. I made use of that dead end, I guess. things I can't open. Okay. Let's go this way first. Kitchen. Ooh, pantry will go the direction I want it to go so I can get more rooms. Green rooms don't cost a draft. That would be great. Ooh, I can do the kitchen. Oh, but that curves up. I want to go down. I'll get an apple or something in here. Go. I have so many coins. I've never had this many coins. The study. No, I have been in the study. The music room, I have not been in. I've never seen in my life. The study was someplace I wanted to go back to. I think I needed a magnifying glass, but it'll also let me permanently draft a room. I think. Right? We were in... Maybe we were not in here. You have a king. You have a black... I think? Is that... No, that's a queen. Black queen in the study. I think I'm thinking of a different room. Study. Black queen. Okay, we were in here. Okay, cool. Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. Wait a second. No, that can't... Because there's not enough spaces? There's not enough spaces. I don't understand. You have a black queen. This is a chessboard. Do I have to draft the rooms a certain way? But there's only... So there's 8, right? Okay, I see 8. I see 1 through 8. I get that. But we only go across 5 spaces. So there's not enough spaces. We have 8 ranks, but we don't go all the way through A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We just go up to E. So if this is a chess puzzle where I'm supposed to lay the pieces out, I'm not sure how. We read this, right? Yeah. What I wanted was the thing that let me do the thing. Where is it? Is it gone now? While drafting, you may spend gems to redraw floor plans up to 8 times. Oh, I thought this was the thing that put a permanent room on the board. Maybe I only got to do that once then. Because I think, don't I have the foundation on here due to the study? I don't know. There's a chess puzzle. I gotta figure out what we're supposed to do with the chess puzzle. I have so more questions. More questions. Alright, you need to go somewhere. Drawing room. Love the drawing room. I just turned you into a wall. Smart. Good job. It's fine. I wanted the excuse to draw something cool. Chapel is not something cool. It would work, but I don't want it. The laboratory, the kitchen. We could do the kitchen, because I have food. Oh, it's a gem. Shit. Damn it! Oh, I should have gone with what we had. No. Well, that's the end of our run. Ooh, but I have a closet. I have a coat check. I have a coat check. Damn it. I really wanted like a shovel or something. Damn it. Let's go back. Well, that's the end of this run. For now. This is a chess floor. And you have a bishop. They're giving me clues. I just can't put them together. is the Kochek? This way. I think I'm gonna put my die in there. Maybe the closet will give me some other options. Can I put my die in here? Wait, claim ticket, check an item. Okay. Coin purse. Take the coin purse. I'm gonna end this run and I'll go to the bathroom. So, boop. All right. We still got places. I think that was a good run. I had a good run. Call it. Charming cottage. We have a tomb forever now. Exit. There must be other places because it's weird that that's something that we just put there.